Hey, YouTube, this is the dark skin American back at it again. And I want to point out the economy of old media and how they're trying to portray some of these crimes as if foundational black Americans have some type of deal in it. And the reason why I'm bringing this up because it's a racist person. Well, Fox is racist itself, but Jesse Waters had mentioned 2 days ago what the shooter looked like, and I'm gonna let y'all hear it. Hold on. Mhm. Basically, he alluded that the shooter was light skinned, but I'm getting to the point. So I already had the video. I'm just trying to figure out which other videos he said it. So give me a second. And I just want to clarify that this has nothing to do with us. Because they found out who he was, but at that time, did nobody know. And he assumed he was light skinned. I'm trying to get to the part where he said actually a light skinned fat person. He said it. That's what the man said. And I know they had this weird degeneracy. There it is. Here it is. Okay. Now, this is going to be an issue with anybody who know what the word light skin is. Now, I'm going to look up the word light skin for those who don't know what a light skin is. It's very offensive because a lot of white supremacists, they have a lot of degeneracy towards the black community. We all know that. They want to paint all of us as criminals, which is not true. But here it is. I'm gonna type the meaning is. And the meaning has nothing to do with somebody who is from Portuguese at all. But here we go. Okay. It says light skins refers to a person who is black of mixed race. Okay. And we're going to get to the identity of light skin. People self identify as light skin or mixed race. Okay. It's a slang that foundational black Americans use to say, hey, look, you lighter than certain groups, right? Our group. We'll call a person light skinned, they still black, they just lighter than the norm, right? And we the only culture, foundational black Americans is the only culture, let me get this straight, use the word light skin. Not even Hispanics use that word. They don't even use that word because it's colorism of their own groups. They don't use light skin. We do that. So for Jesse Waters to completely get all into his racist manifest on television, not knowing what the hell he was talking about, it's funny that he still got a job at Fox. But again, we're talking about one of the old media racist systems that is brought out. So I'm gonna look up light skin again so people can understand the slang term of light skin, referring to a person that has a color of a especially black individuals with lighter complexion than others in the group, often due to mixed ancestry, whether European or foundational black American. While its descriptor carries a complex social applications are sometimes linked to colorism. Okay. Now, nowhere light skinned is depicting a because the shooter, they found the shooter, they know what the shooter is. Nowhere in the meaning of light skin says the shooter, who the light skin that is a person of descent, of a Portuguese descent. It does not even say that. It says mixed race that foundational black Americans use as a slang because even Hispanics don't even call themselves light skinned. Literally, and again, you can look it up. You ain't gotta listen to me. You can, or hell, you can go around the hood if you're living in the hood. Because I'm from Watt City, and you see a lot of that. You hear a lot of us black folks, foundational black Americans. We'll call each other light skin, stuff like that. Oh, that's light skin, whatever. So for him to get on national television and include us, we ain't got nothing to do with this mass shooting that we had did. This dude's from a whole different country. He's Portuguese. He got in through the lottery diversity visa with Trump. Trump frozen that because there's a lot of these illegal immigrants that come over here committing all sorts of crimes. So he need to check himself. Well, fuck, he's getting checked today. My channel, if you check me out, because I didn't like that term that he used for this shooter because it had nothing to do with us. Now, again, this delusional grandeur that white supremacy used to, paint a broad picture on all black folks is being exposed because we had nothing to do with this shit at all, at all. And this is before they knew the identity of the person. He was already saying a light skinned fat person, you know, and that was dead ass wrong because he ain't from our community, you know. And like I said, he comes from a Hispanic descent, and they don't even call each other light skin. They got their own slangs and what they call each other, but it ain't light skin, you know. So again, he was caught dead wrong in tracks of what he said, and I just had to check that because he ain't black, Mr. Jesse Waters. I know you wish, you was hoping that he was in honky heaven. You hoping that he was black or something of that nature, but no, he's not from our community. This dude named Claudio, what's his name? I made another video about the dude, so I'm gonna get to his name real quick. I'll tell you right now, he ain't of our community. Claudio Neves Ventela, a Portugal nationalist. Man, get the hell out of here. Light skin. Man, please. So I had to make a video about it just to let him know. And anybody who wants to try to lump us in whatever these immigrants get in, when they commit crimes and do evil shit, and we ain't got nothing to do with it. Clearly. Okay. So he was dead ass wrong 3 days, 2 days ago about mentioning this person nationality by calling him light skinned, which is far from the truth. Okay. We has nothing to do with these people. All right. I know in his white, degenerate, delusional, for grandeur mind, he wants black people to be painted with a brush, and he probably wishing that he can talk about black people or all of this crime that's popping off. But no, and you can go straight to hell for even mentioning a light skinned person, a light skinned fat person, because he ain't from our community, and that's just that. Okay. Yeah. But this is old media, so I'm not expecting something great to say as far as foundational Black Americans who built the foundation of the nation and have yet got reparations. Okay, so you can, yeah, and I'm hoping y'all like and subscribe. And if I catch any one of these reporters on the news saying something funny, I'm gonna dissect it, break it down, and give it the real. You feel? I'm up out of there.